In this video, I'm going to teach you the things about your dreams that you never heard about, because all this knowledge is derived from my own experience, me working with my dreams for 5 years, still going on, right, on a daily level. So I literally write my dreams every single day, even a couple of times a night that I wake up. And yeah, so it's really important to be able to unpack, to extract this information, because it's so valuable, you know, because I'm myself stars and I help people get to their highest timeline, and where I teach people how to use their own life data. This is also one part of you using your dream data, because you don't just dream for fun, but you can actually extract so much knowledge, and you know, like, you can pinpoint exactly where you are at if you are actually knowing these things that I'm going to share with you now. You know, it can really help you progress on your spiritual path or in your life as well. So it really helped me immensely. So yeah, so I just got a side note, you know, while I'm preparing to share the 10 things with you that you absolutely need to know. But one of the things is that you can get a mugwort tea, and it's really good for the enhancing the dreams. And then just before that, you will go for when you go to bed, just have your intention. Just say, you know, I'm going to remember the dream. And by the end, I'm going to explain to you how to write your dream, so that you can remember everything, to write it down. So let me start. So number one, so what is really important to understand, that your that place where you go, it's a certain terrain, you know. And the number one thing that you should notice is to pay attention later on when you're unpacking the dream, right? So now we are talking about unpacking the dream. So you should pay attention. Was this dream outside somewhere or inside somewhere? Because inside somewhere in a building, that will mean your structure, your construction. And if you are somewhere else around, that can mean other people, you know. So can show you outside the world and inside the world, right? So that you're gonna that you're gonna take in account in consideration when you are actually unpacking the dream. So one is inside, outside. Number two, so all the levels. So pay attention when you are on some level, you know, if you are in a basement, or if you are on the very roof of some building, or if you are on very high building, you know, because when you are in a building, in a structure, that will exactly show you your energy centers, your chakras, you know. So if it's in a basement, you know, you already know that you have been working on something that is in correlation with your root chakra. So home, security, these kind of things, right? You can find online. So it's really like, if you're gonna be in a attic somewhere, like that will mean your crown chakra. You've been doing something there. Now I just popped my dream for a long time ago that I was in my attic and it was flames and fire. And so fire means purification and transformation, and I knew it's happening in my top chakra, right? So these are the things to really notice. Okay, so that was the number two levels, chakras. So then the number three, whenever portals. So number three is whenever you are on some place where you come or go. Is it a bus stop? Is it an airport? Is it a door, right? One room is there, one room is here. Is it a window? Is it right? So this is all the dimensions. So that means like one reality here and the other one reality there. So take that in consideration. So those are literally portals where you find yourself, you know. So number 4, what is really important is speed you travel on. So if you're in a car, if you're driving a bicycle, if you're walking, if you're going backwards, right? If you're driving from the back seat, if you're driving on the front, that, you know, so many things that we can consider with speed you travel on is actually showing you the speed of your progress. Usually this is spiritual progress, but if the dream is saying something specific or something that you are building right now, maybe this can show you your progress in this. Are you going slow, or are you going high speed, you know, high progress? So the speed you move on is actually showing you how you're progressing, your progress, like your pace of in the progress. So number 5. Okay, so your spiritual so uniform persons, like people in uniforms, you know, people in positions, this and that, those would always be your guides, your angels, your helpers. Like for me, it's always like I had one, what's the name, supervisor on the cruise ship, because I'm always on the cruise ship, and I know already the cruise ship is my spiritual progress, and I always dream of this girl Neringa. I love you, Neringa, and they are usually even in a white uniforms, so she's actually pointing me out, you know, whenever I'm working with her, I know that I'm with my angels, guides, you know, so they are specifically showing me, you know, that they are interacting with me, they're giving me guidance, and so that information is so valuable, right? So number 6, and I bet you didn't know this, so every person in a dream is actually you. So it's part of you, it's aspect of you, and especially the villain, you know, someone is chasing you always down the track, it's always, you know, doing things to you. That, you know, it's your higher self exaggerating because it wants to grab your attention, right? So start singing from that point of view. You're gonna see that you're gonna have a lot of value to see that. Number 7. So, well, all the people are you. Some people that you have in your dreams, especially, for example, if you have a dream of childhood friend that you haven't heard of for 20 years, you know, people in a dream are actually timestamps. So if this is a childhood friend and it's reminding you on your first 5 years of your life, that dream is actually about that you're processing something about that time when you were 5, you know, so they are actually pointing you the time on your timeline, what you are processing right now. So number 8, repeating. So if you always end up on a same place, or repeating dreams, those are the dreams that you especially need to crack on to really find what is their thing, because this is, you know, especially if something is repeating, your higher self is saying, come on, you know, come on, you have to figure this out because it's so important, this data for you. For me, again, you best learn on examples. So for me, it was throughout my life, and I always commented this with my mom, I don't know, but again I dreamt of my grandparents' place, and over and over and over I would dream that place, and always something different. But it was just amazing to me, like why do I always dream that place, you know, that specific terrain. And if you really notice, if you really pay attention, you're gonna see that usually you are in couple of terrains different that you always switch from and to. And so in this example, I mean, how symbolic this is, I finally unpacked what that place actually meant for me. And it is that place, and everything that's happening there is directly showing me my progress, whatever is happening with my native gifts. So, you know, when I was honing my skills with channeling and this energy work and everything, this was showing even more and more and more. So that was actually showing me, you know, where I am at in regards to my gift and my spiritual progress and my native gifts, you know, because before it was just like, you know, because before when I ran away from my gifts and everything, that's a whole nother story, and I didn't want to use them, you know, it was always something not so nice, you know, where now where I'm using and, you know, enhancing my skills and everything, my gifts, like, you know, just the dreams of renovating, just of dreams, like I know exactly, like I built another room in, like it was one dream where I actually got another room in that apartment that I have, which, you know, no coincidence there, that actually that apartment belongs to me now. I bought it, you know, I mean, there is no coincidences, you know, so I'm just so looking forward to go home and renovate it, you know, because it has so much meaning for me, and those are my ancestor gifts. I mean, you know, it's just a grandmother's and grandfather place, and like, you know, if you're putting a new roof on, you're going higher, if, you know, you building the construct around. And I remember this one dream where I had another room that I didn't know about, and I opened this room like, oh my god, so something else, you know, because I was getting all these gifts because I'm clairaudient, clairsentient, like I operate on many levels at once. It's not just like sometimes I just hear words, sentences, this and that, you know, like, but it's combination of all of it, and I just knew, oh, this is, you know, because I noticed here in my work, and then the dream confirms me that. And then if something I've done wrong, for example, with handling my gifts, for example, you know, in that apartment, in that terrain, I would be shown like something like, and I will know in a moment when I get up, like, oh my god, you know, what I've done, or have I done something wrong? Because, right, you always have to be high standards when you do the work, how I do the work, right? I'm not just like a psychic or whatever. Everyone can be psychic, you know, but who you are channeling actually. So that's why I don't even use the word channeling, but that's again another story. So these are the dreams that are of the most importance, that you really need to take time to crack. You know, is it a person always? Is it always something you're doing, you know, and it's like never ending story, especially if someone is chasing you all the time, like that's your higher self, come on, you know, like, hey, you know, crack me, you know, see what this actually means. So okay, so this was number 8. So 9, so so what is really important, the moment that you it's also, so when you, so this is going to be 9 and 10 altogether. So when you wake up straight away, it's similar to channeling. Don't try to make a reason of it. Don't try to analyze it. Just don't. Have your phone ready. I have mine on Word document, and then I just write whatever, you know, like, doesn't matter, doesn't make sense. It's not meant to have sense, right? But you just write whatever data comes to. That's the same when you're channeling, when you're like, you just have to write data, everything that comes in. You don't question it. Like, you don't question anything while it's coming. You say, you know, to your mind that loves to be in control, you tell the mind, now it's fine, we are just writing this down, later on we're going to unpack that. So, you know, so the mind can be like, oh, okay, you know, I'm fine. So just write down, like, whatever, you know, doesn't matter, you know, how it feels, like how it looks, just write down everything. And what is really important is to also write down how you feel, what this associates you on, because most of the time, and why we are actually, especially when you're really progressing on your path, on this life, it's, you know, your dreams are actually, because you are transmuting so much in your dreams. So the things, you know, that you wake up, sometimes if you don't even remember your dream, you would wake up and like you start naturally to think about something, because something in a dream actually associated you, and you are starting to think about this, maybe something from 20 years ago, but you are starting now to transmute that, to learn that, because this is how the dreams are actually working. They are helping you, like what exactly specifically that day, what you should be thinking of, working on. So what comes now from your life data that I'm so passionate about, because you have everything in your life. Your life is your teacher. You just have to know how to unpack that information and master yourself, right? Because you have never been a victim, right? But you came here for this experience. Same with dreams, and then this is how you, like, what you are most of the time, how you are meant to what you are meant to be working on that day, if that makes sense, and then later on, I leave usually mine for a couple of hours, or maybe all until evening or something, and then I read them, I'm like, wow, and then I remember things, and I usually channel them, if sometimes, I just ask, because this is a compilation of my gifts and my experience, right, with dreams. But you also can ask, like, if something is really off or something is really strange, like, just ask, like, what this specifically showing to me, because it doesn't have to show you something that your dream analyze is going to tell you. So most of the time it's like what is going to how you felt. That's also one of the important things, like what is associating you on, like, for example, how the Christmas tree is actually a Christ consciousness. And it was the time, when I was from these last 5 years, when I started my transmuting, like rebirthing this version of myself, which I just explained in my previous video, how it's important to rebirth yourself, reinvent yourself over and over. Like, it was a period of time for a whole year where I was dreaming Christmas tree, this and that alone. And that is actually Christ consciousness was happening. So things like that are so important, to know. If you are a spaceship, oh my God, like for me, another terrain where I'm always, like I said, I'm always on a cruise ship, and like, I started the contract, I'm traveling, I'm ending the contract, or I don't know, like, whatever is happening, that's exactly what is actually happening in my spiritual world, in my spiritual life, in my spiritual business, with my people, and it's hilarious. And once you really get just in a habit, because everyone dreams. If you say you're not dreaming, nah. If you're not dreaming, you would be dead already, right? So, because once you really see the amazing world that you wake up from, and mind me, like, you really you spend 1/3 of your life dreaming. So, no, that's not dreams. No, that's really not important. The data, no, that's probably not important. Nah. How would I use it? I just dream 1/3 of my life. So you see why this is important to unpack and to understand, because the more you get to know yourself, the better you're going to become, the more empowered you're going to become, more unique you're going to become, you're going to feel more confident in yourself, you're going to, have more value, more trust in yourself. And it's really great way. Like, I think that I will never stop writing my dreams. One other thing, when you see, like, this dream is just like rubbish or something, it's not important, write that dream. Write it. Like, don't allow your mind to tell you, that's not important, just continue sleeping. I've done that mistake a couple of times. Every dream has its own value, and it's enormous. And also, so once you get a hold of it, like, you really, like, I'm so excited to go to bed, and then I wake up in a 3 o'clock, in a 5 o'clock, and I'm just like, and writing, and I started, my vision is getting blurred, because I just wake up and then on the white screen, and it's like crazy, but it's so valuable, and it's so entertaining, and it's like, when you get a hold of it, you will know, like, if something is off, like, you will know exactly, like, oh my God, what did I do? Because especially, like, for me, because I'm really living this spiritual journey, but you know, your responsibility, your it needs to be really on high, you know, because if like I just have to be, you know, one with everything I do, you know, like I cannot slide whatever. And something else I wanted to say. And yes, and I've done some experiment, whatever, and I woke up one day, I was like, what is this? And I would not identify what I've done that day, because I had demons actually come to, yes, that was the thing, the demons actually came to attack me, and I was like, why is this happening? Like, you know, like, of course, you know, I just said archangel or whatever, they were gone, or I just said God and they were gone. So every time that you whatever, you just say God or archangels, you call Archangel Michael, they're gonna be gone. But then I was like, why did this happen to me, you know, like, and then I realized I've done something that I shouldn't have, you know, and so I was like, okay, no, so I needed to step up more into my game, you know, and do only abide by the rules, because we beings of light, which you are hopefully watching this video, you know, we go by the rules. This is why you get to live in paradise. But the other people that are living in hell in this time and space right now, they don't have rules. This is why they are down, because this is why this is where everything is okay. For us, no, we need to have standards, right? And as you embody those standards, you know, you get to reach levels, as I explained in my previous video. You know how it's important to redefine yourself, because it's always next level for you. So I hope that you enjoyed this. This was my SMS task, and I'm here to help you get you to your highest timeline using your life data, which no one else has but only you. So I love you, and please leave me the comment. I would love to see, to hear how you resonate with this, because this is my native knowledge, and I was so excited to do this video for you. And I really hope it serves you well, and that you're gonna commit to yourself, to your dreams, and really use this data. It's so amazing. So, love you much.